If you open TikTok or Instagram right now and search for alpha domination, you'll probably find my husband, Derek. To his 500,000 followers, he is the apex predator, a self-made crypto millionaire spitting hard truths about how to escape the matrix and make women submit. To me, he's a 34-year-old, unemployed dependent who smells like stale energy drinks and hasn't paid a single bill since 2019. He lives in the basement of the house I bought, filming content in front of a green screen I paid for. The cognitive dissonance was maddening. He would spend hours reporting podcasts, ranting about how high-value men never rely on anyone. Then 5 minutes later, he'd come upstairs, interrupting my actual work-from-home job to whine that I hadn't bought the right brand of organic steak for his carnivore diet. I remember last month, he needed new content for Flex Friday. He made me use my credit card to rent a Lamborghini Huracan for 4 hours. It cost me $1,200. He spent 3 hours yelling at me in a parking lot because I wasn't holding the camera at the right angle to hide the rental company sticker. He posted the video with the caption, "Your network is your net worth. Stop being poor." When we got home, he asked me for $20 for gas because the Lambo was running on fumes and his debit card got declined for a pack of gum. You might ask why I stayed. Why a successful corporate lawyer would bankroll a cosplaying man-child. It's humiliating to admit, but it was the gaslighting. He had me convinced that his big break was just around the corner, that I was investing in our future empire. He made me feel like I was the dream killer if I asked about utility bills. I was drowning in debt trying to fund his delusions of grandeur, terrified of being labeled unsupportive. The turning point wasn't dramatic. It was pathetic. It was last Tuesday. Derek usually guarded his phones. He had 3, like nuclear footballs, but he was sloppy that day. High on his own supply after a viral tweet, he left his main business phone unlocked on the coffee table while he went to the bathroom. I never snooped, but something pulled me toward that phone. A notification popped up. Telegram. A group chat called the War Room Inner Circle. I opened it. It was disgusting. Just hundreds of sycophantic men praising Derek for taming me, asking how he got his female to pay for everything. And then I saw Derek's reply. It was timestamped 10 minutes ago. I read the specific text with utter disgust and icy rage, slowing down for emphasis. He wrote, "Yeah, the wife is annoying, nagging me about the electric bill today. But gentlemen, never bite the hand that feeds. She's just my ugly little cash cow until my Solana bag pumps. Then I'm upgrading to a 20-year-old model in Dubai." An ugly little cash cow? Something inside me snapped. Not in a hot, fiery way. It snapped cold. All the years of supporting him, defending him to my family, believing in his potential, it all evaporated. I wasn't his partner. I was livestock. I was a resource he was exploiting until he found a better host. I didn't cry. I didn't throw the phone. I carefully placed it back exactly how he left it. When he came out of the bathroom, I smiled and asked what he wanted for dinner. For the next 4 days, I was the perfect, supportive wife. I was a ghost in my own home. While he slept, I worked. I gathered the evidence. I downloaded PDF statements of every credit card he maxed out. I screenshotted his negative bank balances. I found the invoices for the fake Rolexes he rented for photo shoots. and I compiled it all into a folder on my phone labeled The Slaughter. I knew Saturday night was his biggest event of the year, the $500 Apex Mindset Live seminar. He had sold 20,000 tickets. It was his moment of glory, and I decided it would be his funeral. Saturday night arrived. The basement felt like a pressure cooker. I could hear him through the floorboards, his voice booming, practicing his opening lines. He was hyped up, manic, ready to grift. At 8:15 p.m., 15 minutes into his stream, I walked downstairs. I was wearing my old rowboat, holding a lukewarm cup of coffee. I stepped into his studio. It was blindingly bright, hot from the lights. He was mid-sentence, screaming into a microphone about how betas make excuses, alphas make money. He saw me in his peripheral vision. His eyes widened. He muted the mic for a second, hissing at me. "Get out! What the hell are you doing? I'm live with 20,000 people." I didn't even look at him. I just kept walking. Past the green screen, showing a fake Dubai skyline, past the rented camera gear, straight to the wall where the fiber optic modem was mounted. "Derek, the cash cow is done mooing." I grabbed the main power cord for the internet and I yanked it out of the wall. Silence. His stream frozen. His monitor went black. "Are you insane?" he shrieked, his fake alpha baritone cracking into a prepubescent squeal of terror. "You just cost me 50 grand! Turn it back on!" He scrambled, looking for his phone to reconnect via cellular data, sweating through his rented blazer. But he couldn't find his phone because it was upstairs under my pillow. And while he was having a meltdown in the basement, I wasn't just standing there. I had my own phone in my pocket. See, Derek was lazy. He used the same password for everything. I was already logged into his streaming platform on my device as an admin. While his feed was down, I took over the broadcast. 20,000 young men were staring at a black screen, wondering where his hero went. Suddenly, the feed came back. But it wasn't Derek's face. It was a screen share of my iPhone. I grabbed the microphone from his desk. He tried to stop me, but I just shoved him back into his gaming chair. "Hi, everyone," I said into the mic. "Derek can't make it right now. He's having a panic attack because his mommy cut off the internet. I'm his wife, the ugly cash cow. And I thought you should see where your $500 is actually going." I opened the photo gallery. "Exhibit A," I said, a screenshot of his Wells Fargo banking app that morning. Balance, negative $412. Overdraft fees applied. I swiped. "Exhibit B, the credit card statement for the Lamborghini you all loved last month. Paid by me. Note the $200 charge at Taco Bell afterwards. Very alpha." I swiped again. A montage of invoices for Airbnb rentals he claimed were his penthouses. And finally, the pièce de résistance, the giant screenshot of his Telegram text calling me livestock. I watched the live chat on the side of the screen. It went from confusion to absolute nuclear meltdown in seconds. They weren't calling him king anymore. The chat flooded with clown emojis, demands for refunds, and insults I can't repeat. The illusion didn't just crack, it shattered. I let it run for 2 full minutes. Derek just sat in his chair, staring at the monitor, watching his digital kingdom burn to the ground. He looked small, defeated. A fake king dethroned by the person he underestimated the most. I ended the stream. The silence in the basement was deafening. He finally looked at me. His eyes red. He tried one last gaslight. "Babe, come on. It was just locker room talk. It was for the brand. You know I love you." It was pathetic. I didn't feel anger anymore. Just relief. I tossed his phone onto his lap. You have 1 hour to pack your fake watches and get out of my house. If you're such an alpha, go build your own empire. But you're starting from zero, and the cash cow is permanently left the building.